Well, what you see there is a pile of stuff. I'm getting ready to go pick up a vertical mill. I am buying, keep my fingers crossed, you know, it's never yours until you paid for it and you got it in the truck, but I'm buying a Supermax vertical mill off a guy. It's a Bridgeport clone, and at first I was thinking we were going to have to winch it up, you know, use something to lift it, you know, like he's got a big beam in his barn we could winch it to, and I'm thinking when I get it home here, I maybe have to use a tractor or something. But I saw an A-Bomb 79 video where he used one of these engine hoists, and it looked real similar to the one I've got here. It's extendable for, you know, different weight range and stuff. Now that mill is supposed to be 2,200 pounds, so I've got it set in a 3,000 pound slot. I would like to have it in the 2,000 pound hole, which would give me more reach and therefore more height. We'll see what it's going to take to pick it up when we get there. Hopefully this old lift is up to the task. So I'm going to use, rather than using my equipment hauler trailer, which sits up a little bit higher than seems like most car hauler trailers, I'm going to borrow my brother-in-law and sister have a 16-foot car hauler, and it sits about probably 4 to 6 inches lower than my trailer does. So I think that's going to be the height of the tail end of the trailer is going to be a big factor in doing this. So I'm thinking I'm going to use their trailer, and so yeah, I got all my stuff what I can think of right now that I'll need laid out here, and I don't know how much footage I'll get at that old boy's place. I don't know if he'd be real keen about being on camera and everything, but well, I got the lift strapped down, ready to go. That thing ain't moving nowhere, and I got just a bunch of odds and ends, stuff I don't know if I'm gonna need or not, but I'm gonna take it anyhow. That is pretty good for what is that, 250 pound lift? It done pretty good. I bet that's the first time they ever had a mill hanging off of it. Okay, so we got that hanging from the beam. We're gonna lower it down and see if the tractor will pick it up off the ground. Okay, 1:31 a.m. and we got the mill set in here. Dad was helping me all night, and Mom came over checking on us even, so they just pulled out of here. This took a whole lot longer than we expected, but we got it set right here where I wanted it. So I tried to use the cherry picker or engine hoist, whatever you want to call it. This thing extends out. It's got different marks, you know, 1/2 ton, 1 ton, 1.5 tons, and 2 tons. So it extends out pretty far, and the legs extend out pretty far. The highest I could get that thing was 9 inches off the ground with that lift. So we ended up using a chain fall or chain hoist, whatever you want to call it, and winched it up into this guy, the seller. He had like a big heavy beam set up next to one of the trusses, and it had its own support pillar, and it was all steel and heavy duty and stuff, and that's how he had unloaded it when he originally bought it. And so unfortunately I was not able to set it on the trailer. I couldn't get the trailer back in there in his building. It was too tight, just, you know, accumulation of stuff over the years, and you know, just the way he had things laid out, I could not get that trailer back in there, so we had to put it on the back of the truck. And fortunately, it worked out real well. I got that chain fall. It's a 2-ton chain fall. I just said that earlier. We were joking around. But that 2-ton chain hoist worked out real well. Harbor Freight special, 20% off coupon, and I think it was $63 and some change. So you saw we lifted it from that anchor bolt. There's a lot of controversy online whether or not that's a good thing to do or not. That's how that old boy said he put it in his garage, so that's how we moved it tonight. Did not have any issues. And I was very surprised that that Kubota moved that thing. That mill is supposed to weigh something like 2,250 pounds or 2,200 pounds. And this thing is only rated for, I think it's 2,100 pounds at the pin, which would be back here. So you figure that mill was sitting out here. I really didn't think that Kubota was going to be able to do it, but it did. You saw the redneck looking counterweight we had on the back there. I don't have any weight box for this thing, and we just got it, you know, in the fall, so I don't even have a bush hog for it yet. So the only 3-point attachment that I have is a little cultivator set, and I scooped up one of them old antique John Deere 2-bottom plows that I've got out there. Those things weigh a bunch. So we kind of jerry-rigged a plow on top of that cultivator for a counterbalance, and that was the ticket, boy. It worked great. So it was ugly, but it got the job done. And so yeah, if you're going to be moving one of them with an engine hoist, it'll get you about 9 inches off the ground. That's all the clearance I could get, unless, you know, like I say, I saw that A-Bomb 79 video where they moved one with a little car hauler trailer. The only thing I can think is that trailer must have been lower to the ground than mine. So anyhow, I hope this video helped you guys if you're looking to move one of these things. Again, this is a Supermax mill, but it's supposed to be a Bridgeport clone. And the seller told me that it was manufactured in 1998, he believed. So I haven't looked anything up, but you know, you saw we had the head flipped upside down to try to, you know, get the weight down. We lowered the table all the way down. I'm probably saying some of this stuff, the wrong names or whatever, but we lowered the table all the way down, and then I brought the table up to try to support the head a little bit with a couple of blocks of wood. And the wood just wasn't staying in there. I didn't want to put weird pressures on anything, so I didn't worry about it. So we just left the table all the way down, the head completely inverted, and it's a little heavy on the front. When we would pick it up, you get the back end up about 3 or 4 inches before the front end would come up. So keep that in mind if you guys are doing that. If I helped you guys with this video, click that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos of me, hopefully using that sucker, and rigging it up, I got to wire it and everything. So I'll probably, I don't know if I'll make a video on that or not, but click that subscribe button. You get to see me working on that, or you just never know what I'll get into around here. Until the next video, guys, keep on tinkering.